legislation in talks right now that could give you a potential $2,000 per month. Here's how it works. Eligible Americans would receive $2,000 in cash per month, guaranteed for at least 6 months. These monthly cash payments would continue until the employment to population ratio for people ages 16 and older is greater than 60%. The monthly cash payments would not count as income. This is big news. I'm gonna go over who's eligible for this, where this money is coming from, and then my thoughts on this proposal. Just when we're at our peak stress and anxiety levels for the first stimulus check, a lot of us haven't received it yet. If you're one of 80 million recipients who got direct deposit, congrats, that's awesome. But there's a lot of other people, Social Security recipients, SSDI, railroad retirements, there's a lot of people who still haven't received it and might not receive it for up to 5 months. So let's go more into detail of what this proposal is, of how to potentially get $2,000 per month. Representatives Tim Ryan of Ohio and Khanna of California have introduced new congressional legislation. So the Emergency Money for the People Act will provide $2,000 per month to Americans who have been impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Under their proposed legislation, the congressmen would continue monthly cash payments to eligible Americans until employment returns to pre-COVID-19 levels. So a lot of you must be wondering, where is this money coming from? I'll get more into that later on. Rep. Khanna said, a one-time $1,200 check isn't going to cut it. Americans need sustained cash infusions for the duration of the crisis in order to come out on the other side alive, healthy, and ready to get back to work. So I agree with that. Who knows how this pandemic is going to affect the economy. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. What's your opinion? Should we get $2,000 a month? Let me know down in the comments below. Really curious what you think. Unemployment is at an all-time high. Many people have been laid off. Many jobs have been lost. We're approaching peak tour season, so a lot of the popular states and cities around the country are losing out on big tourist money, including my city. I live in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and we receive 20 million tourists per year. Because of the quarantine and this pandemic, we're probably not going to get even close to 20 million, maybe not even 5 million, depending on when this whole quarantine ends. Honestly, I don't think we've seen the worst that's yet to come when it comes to the economic impact of the pandemic that's going on. Now let's talk about who's eligible. So compared to the $1,200 stimulus check, the economic impact payment, not every American is eligible. Pretty much with the EIP, every American got it as long as they were under a certain income level. Here's how it would break down. So every American adult age 16 or older making less than $130,000 annually would receive $2,000 per month. Married couples earning less than $260,000 would receive at least $4,000 per month. Qualifying families with children will receive an additional $500 per child, with funds capped at a maximum of 3 children. I'm not so sure I agree with these numbers. So that means a family of 5 with 2 parents, 3 kids making $250,000 a year would receive $5,500 per month. That's $4,000 for the married couple and then $1,500 for each kid. So now let's go over some common questions here. Who would be eligible? So what if you don't earn income or are unemployed? So if you had no earnings, were unemployed, or currently unemployed, you would be eligible for this $2,000 per month. Next question, what if you were not eligible for a stimulus check based on your 2018 or 2019 tax return, but you will be eligible in 2020? So you can be eligible. They're gonna look at your 2 consecutive paychecks, I guess the last time you got paid, and they'll determine it based on those numbers. Here's the next question. Will most college students and adults with disabilities be excluded from these monthly payments? The answer is no. So unlike the CARES Act, which excluded dependents from receiving their own stimulus check, so any dependent 17 or older, could be much older as an adult or senior citizen, anyone who was claimed as a dependent on someone else's tax return never received a stimulus check of their own. Under this new proposal, anybody who is claimed as a dependent, whether an adult or older or whatever, just claimed as a dependent, will be eligible to receive the $2,000 per month. So new information is still coming out. There's, I'm sure, a lot of questions that you have, a lot of questions that I have. Where is this money coming from? So they're claiming that they're going to enhance the $2.2 trillion bill, whatever that means. You know, we're just in so much debt as a country in general. At this point, all the debt that we have in the country is just an arbitrary number. It's not like China is asking to be paid by next month. We just have debt that keeps accumulating interest and more debt and trillions of dollars. Not that I don't think people are deserving of this money. I think that it should probably be adjusted to state by state, city by city. It'll probably take a lot longer to organize that, but I just think giving everybody $2,000 per month is not sustainable. Let me know what you think, and if you want to watch more IRS stimulus check updates, if you're worried just about the first check before we get a second check or continuous check, you could click either one of these videos here. I got a playlist over here, and I'll see you in the next video.
So good.